first month, 4 weeks, we're going to now reduce 3 meat meals a day to 2 meat meals a day. The second month, 2 meat meals a day to 1 meat meal a day. Third month, or 90 days, and that's a very moderate time to do it in, you're not taking meat meals. So what are you going to eat? You're going to eat like me, raw sprouts? Highly unlikely. So there are substitutes today. There's quinoa burgers. I'm not a giant fan of tofu, but it's much better than any form of chicken, fish, pork, red meat. Tempeh is a much, much better choice than tofu. And all of these are easy to access today. On the 4th month, we take away 1 dairy meal a day. 5th month, again, 2. Then the 6th month, half a year, we take away all. What are the substitutes? Well, today there are. Are they perfect? No. But we're not talking about perfection. We're talking about improvement here. And the first thing you do is go for the yogurts. There's butters that are actually made without dairy at all, that taste exactly like butter. It's no longer, back in the original days, they made substitutes. They tasted nasty. They didn't taste like substitutes. Nobody wanted to eat them. Today, these actually taste, they have hot dogs that taste like hot dogs. And so you can put these substitutes into your life without feeling you've lost anything. Now remember, we're half a year into this, is we're going to start to eat 100% organic, or as close to that as you can. And there is a dirty dozen list. You can look this up on the computer anywhere on the planet Earth and see that there are certain vegetables and fruits that you never touch. They are really, really deadly poison. They spray them consistently. There's another list, maybe 15, of things that are not that much sprayed. So when I say ultimately 100% organic, that's your goal. But even if it's not, you're not taking the most deadly poisonous pesticide, fungicide, herbicide, genetic modification, etc. And then you add 1 good healthy meal in, 2nd month, or now we're at, that's the 7th month, the 8th month, I should say, 2 good meals in, and again, the 9th month, 3. So beyond eating substitutes for meat and dairy, now we're starting to put healthy plant foods in. Ideally, they're uncooked, but let's not go that far. Let's imagine it's cooked. That's what I did initially. I never ate a salad in my life when I started all of this. And so now we're 3/4 of the way through the year. The next part of the 4th quarter of the year, we're no longer going to eat anything that is not organic. And so why not? Or do you choose to have things that cause cancer and neurological problems and give you sterility and prevent you from having babies? If you choose, knock yourself out. If not, then you want to go to organic food. So now we have a year under our belt, and guess what we've become? We've become vegans, and I wouldn't call it a junk food vegan. You're a grade above a junk food vegan. You're eating some healthy food at this point. So now it's January 1st, to make this simple. Now one of our meals is going to be 100% raw. February, 2 of our meals. March, 3 of our meals. Remember, it's organic and raw. I'm not telling you not to eat fruit at that point. I'm telling you basically to eat raw, organic food. And now can you imagine you're going to start to feel what it's really like to be healthy? When I went from a vegan diet to a raw food diet, it was like a light bulb came on. I'm going to now, by the way, start to reduce the amount of fruit in April, a little bit less. At the beginning, I can tell you, 60% of my diet was fruit when I was on raw diet. Why? I was high on sugar. I was getting the same exact dope I did eating, white sugar and honey and maple syrup, which, by the way, I used to eat by the gallon. A friend and I used to share 1 gallon of honey a week. That means we'd eat 4 gallons of honey, 2 people, in a month. Just to show you how I understand this deeply. So now we're going to the point in the next 3 months, so now we get to June 30th, we're only eating ripe organic fruit, no more than 15%. Now, what does that actually mean? For every 10 pounds of food, a young athlete, that may be in 2 days. An older person like me, that may be in 5 days. You eat 10 pounds of food. 1.5 pounds of that can be ripe organic fruit. So it may be 1 piece a day, 2 pieces a day, and you don't have in 2 days, or 1 piece every day. It's a very simple formula you can use. Now we have 6 more months, and we're going to get to more and more fresh green food at that point. I want you to add sprouts in at that point. So now it's July, we add sprouts in. Even if the only ones you do at that point are alfalfa and mung bean sprouts, which are very powerful, popular but powerful. You could live on mung bean sprouts protein. They're loaded with zinc, so you're going to have a stronger immune system, less colds, less flu. The next month, we're actually going to add in 1 more sprout. And what's that sprout? Sunflower green sprouts. Today we call them microgreens. Complete proteins, have essential fats in it. Also have an anti-cancer agent in it that prevents cancer. Now we're on the 9th month. We're going to add 1 more sprout in. And what that is fenugreek sprouts. Fenugreek sprouts are actually used by the pharmaceutical industry to create steroidal drugs. What that does, by the way, naturally with a very inexpensive sprout, is do everything without a side effect steroids do. Keep inflammation away, keep circulation moving, keep disorder away. That's basically what it does. Now we're 3/4 of the way through the 2nd year. Now what I want you to do is work until you get to the end of the year to be 100% raw for at least a month. So let's imagine here we are 50% raw, and it's October 1st. And this could be any month. You could start at any month, but I'm making this simple for you. Let's say we're 50% raw. Now we have 2 months to get to the point where the last month, the 12th month, we're 100% raw. Now, do you have to permanently be 100% raw? No, I'm not. I was for the first 8 years, and clearly I eat no more than 10, maybe 15% cooked food by weight in my diet. But if I had cancers or viruses or bacteria or mold or yeast and all of those problems that are propelled by cooked food, even organic cooked food, I'd go raw for a period of time. And the big diseases here, like cancer, we put those on 100% raw. But if you have a heart problem, you don't have to be 100% raw. The work we did again in Boston at universities, we showed that you have to be about 80% raw and 20% of your diet could be cooked. Again, not bad cooked food, but healthy, organic, plant-based food. And your immune system's fully functional at that point. You get to 30%, your immune system dramatically drops by about almost 20%. You get to 40%, and half your immune system's now compromised. The name of that, by the way, is leukocytosis. It's scientific we're talking about. So now in 2 years, we're at least 1 month on a 100% raw diet. And that will make your life transform. From that point on, you're going to be clean consciously, clean biologically, and back to where all other creatures on this planet are, in the place they should be.